Simama imara juu ya neno lako wewe. Nilikuwa natafuta kipenzi cha roho yangu. Sasa mie nauliza nianze wapi? Maumivu machungu mengi yamenijaza mie. Awesome, 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 awesome. On this wonderful Wednesday morning, you know what it is. It is Sustainability Connect on Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug. And I'm your host, Wanjira Maganjo. And thank you so much for joining us. And as you've heard, the song playing is Adonage. The song is Awezo. And we are super excited that today, being a beautiful Wednesday, it is just the beginning of the month of July. The second half of the year has just started. And we are about to kick it off with a bang. I hope you guys are excited as I am, because today's show starts with a bang as well, because we are going to be talking about EVs. And what do you mean by that is electric vehicles, and what is the future of electric vehicles in the country, and what are the rules and the regulations, what are the acts that have come up that are, speaking about the EVs in the country, and how the adaptation of it by the public is. So stay tuned, and karibu sana to Sustainability Connect on Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug. And as always, I'm your host, Wanjira Maganjo, and please tag us on all social media platforms. That is on Icon Radio, on Instagram, on Facebook, on X, on Twitter. Oh, X and Twitter is the same thing. I meant TikTok. The other time I went live and I was so excited. I was like talking to myself the whole time. So, karibu sana to Sustainability Connect, and let's have this conversation. And like we always say, Sustainability Connect is an educational show, and we are here to enlighten you on every aspect of sustainability, that is on the environment, the social, the governance, the whole shebang about sustainability. So, karibuni sana to Sustainability Connect, and let's do this.
We will never be who we were. Faded glow, nothing but past glories to show. I want it all back. Don't even tell me it's not that. Even my memories all black, but I will get there. I know there's nothing to say. I know we'll find us a way. I wonder what prophets will say. I know we'll find us a way. Last row standing where her lovely companions withered and gone, so she sings her last song. I want it all back. Don't even tell me it's not that. Even my memories all black, but I will get there. I know there's nothing to say. I know we'll find us a way. I wonder what prophets will say. I know we'll find us a way. I know there's nothing to say. I know we'll find us a way. I wonder what prophets will say. I know we'll find us a way. I know there's nothing to say. I know we'll find us a way. I wonder what prophets will say. I know we'll find us a way.
Interesting conversation on in the country right now that is hot and piping right now. People are discussing electric vehicles, and we're super excited because we have a great team from ECTA that is going to be just telling us who they are and what it is that they do. And when I first heard about ECTA, I had not really understood what it is that they do until now. I read and I was like, they're the official. I was like, oh my god, it is you people. So let me not even spoil the vibe of it all. So karibuni sana to Sustainability Connect. And like I said, Sustainability Connect is a show where we teach, we train, we educate on matters to do with climate change, climate action, climate justice. We also speak about the environment, the social and the governance aspect of it. We are here to just speak about what is important for people, and for planet. So this is a conversation that we have every single Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And today's conversation is no different because we are talking about emissions and emission reduction. So this is what we are discussing today. And before you even go ahead, let's have D and V introduce themselves. So karibuni sana to Sustainability Connect. So probably you can start and then you can just tell us who you are and what it is all about and what your role is.
Well, my name is Defience Kioko. I'm with ECTA Group, Kenya Limited.
Oh, so it's ECTA.
It's ECTA.
Not
ECTA.
ECTA.
You even make it sound better. But yes, it's ECTA. ECTA Kenya Limited.
Wow.
We are with the brands Subaru and Jack and Oriel in Kenya. But we also have other affiliates in Uganda and Tanzania, East Africa, basically, yes.
You know, like today is when I've now know how it's spelled. Me, I just, they always say JAC, ECTA, so it's Jack, ECTA. Totally understood.
Actually, the Jack also is an acronym.
Oh,
and
wow.
I think my colleague here will shed some light on that.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So, karibu sana. Also, you, what do you do at ECTA?
At ECTA Kenya Limited, I'm the marketing manager.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
I know this is your first time, so feel at home. Tumekukaribisha na kikombe ya maji.
Asante. Very excited.
Karibu sana. Vincent.
Yes.
Tuambie wewe, okay, nishasema jina yako. Sasa nilikuwa nimesema V. So
I'll say it nicely. My name is Vincent Mara. I'm with ECTA, Kenya Limited, as Defience has mentioned.
Yeah.
Just like she said, we have got various brands. There's but I run a brand called Jack Motors. I'm the sales manager. In charge of the brands.
Oh, wow.
JSC, the meaning of J, it's an acronym, but it's Jiangui Angui Corporation. It's a Chinese brand.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we just we decided to shorten it to Jiangui Angui Corporation.
Oh, wow.
From China.
From China.
Yes. And our stable, we have both electric and ICE vehicles. So we're offering both sustainable logistics solutions.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's for logistics has always been the one challenge in matters of transition. It is one of the hardest hit and behavioral perception for people to just now decide we are now moving from either hybrid or from the original what do you call them?
ICE vehicles, internally combustion engines.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now into the better solution. What do you call them?
Today
I'm in a class. I'm learning. I need to know how to pronounce all these words today. Eh?
Yeah.
So if you're moving from the ICE vehicles, you're moving now into the clean energy. What do you call them?
EV, electric vehicles. Yeah,
that's the word I was looking for. So that is what we're discussing today. So thank you so much. And ECTA also, ECTA, is an acronym, right?
Yes, it's an acronym, and you'd be surprised also, I think, because we're also always talking about ECTA.
Yeah.
We get caught up in what it stands for also, but just to round it up for you and the audience, we are basically in a very extensive, we are in engineering, we are in the auto, and in agricultural. Yes.
So those are the three sectors that
Yes, but here in Kenya, we are majorly focused on the automotive.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So, I mean, I know you're the official distributors for Subaru and for Jack Motors. Maybe, Vincent, you can tell us. Let's start from here. Kenya, are we ready for EV?
This is a global conversation.
Yeah.
And it's something that you cannot stop.
Yeah.
Just like in the early days, we had these mobile phones. And then we had the analog phones, and then we had when the mobile phones came, there was still some skepticism about transitioning. But now this is a conversation that is here. It's global. The direction is now towards us. It's here. We cannot stop it.
Yeah.
Ready or not, I think what happened, what we did, we had the vehicles before the infrastructure. But now the infrastructure is coming up.
Yeah, it is.
It is coming up.
In Nairobi.
Not the infrastructure. I'm talking about the charging system,
Oh.
not the roads.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
but it's coming up. So I think I'd say we are like 50% ready.
Really?
Yeah,
We are?
we are
You're saying that with confidence?
with confidence. Yes.
All right. The behavioral change, yeah? How are Kenyan perceiving electric vehicles? When you say we are ready, is there an engagement with the local mwananchi where they're like, you know what, besides the car sellers and the car dealers, are the consumers ready? Are they aware of what it is that they're consuming?
Well, I think we've done a lot of we've educated the people that you're talking to. We've done a lot of it through. We've done demos just to ensure that they know what is this that we are presenting to them.
Yeah.
It's a niche market, if I can mention that.
Yeah.
Because it's for, I think the most of people who are adopting the electric vehicles are people in the who have got they have to show some sustainability footprints in their books. I'm talking about horticultural farms, tea farms, and also people in freight. Because maybe the markets that they are trading into, they have to show the fruit,
how they're reducing,
the sustainability footprints.
Yeah.
So it's a niche market, but it's growing. Yes.
Wow. I still feel like, because even this whole month and last month, we were launching a few of sustainability reports from different companies. And the adaptation of electric vehicles is one thing that caught my eye. Like they're all using for their freight, for their logistics. And it's, like you said, it's very niche. But now, to make it palatable to the common mwananchi to use it, like you use your common car, don't buy the IC, you buy this other, like buy a solar charging car. Is a conversation that we need a lot more, because niched very.
Well, I think we need all stakeholders. We need to be brought on board.
Yeah.
Because you see, the initial, the biggest challenge will be the initial cost of acquisition, and the biggest contributor of the cost is the taxes. So I think the biggest stakeholder in this will be the government. If they lower the taxes, I think we can now lower this conversation. It will be easy to take it to the common wananchi. Yeah. Because the biggest, I think, the biggest hindrance currently is the initial cost of acquisition.
Yeah, because they're quite expensive.
I will not say expensive. I'll say compared to what you're going to get.
Yeah,
it's I can match the cost and the gains.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Defense.
Yes.
Why did Hector venture into EV, especially the Jack EV range?
Well, for me, I would say now, with what Vincent has talked about, the electric space, the e-mobility space is actually something that I see Kenyans also adapting to it slowly. Generally, the auto sector, you can see even what Uber has done with the deliveries, the Uber bikes. We saw the EB, all these other guys are venturing into it. So Hector saw a space in whereby they could actually participate in fast, doing some good. Doing some good.
Okay.
Then it's Kenya. We have a lot of energy at our disposal.
A lot.
The sun is always here like 10 months in a year, which is a lot. And most companies were also looking at ways of controlling their costs, especially on energy. And they also invested in ways in which they could control that. So I think that was one way. And that's why if you look at our range, we are not focused more on the day-to-day consumer. That's why we have the pickups and we have the trucks, because we were also tapping into helping the people who are the biggest emissions, the logistics company, the people with factories, manufacturers. So we are in the auto industry. How do we find a gap and solve it? EV pickups. That is how ACT, I think, came about into the idea. Then the whole world is moving. And there is no better way than to still be within business and give people an alternative. So the diversified range makes it also very interesting. Then we have people who are also trading with Europe, including the government itself. I think they are also exporting products. Europe has standards that it has set, like he has said, that are expected to be adhered to for you to be able to trade with them. So how do you help somebody? And most of these are actually startups. If you go to the EPZ, you'll find the incubation departments whereby they actually try and work with the young companies who are looking to export rather than manufacture something for local use. And those are the guys who have all these standards with them, but now they do not know how to source to enable them to quite feel into that space. And that's how actually I think we came about it. We just saw the gap in the business and the corporates, and we were just there to help.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay, allow me to mention this.
Yeah.
I think at Hector, we also, especially at Jack, we have solutions.
Okay.
It's not only for EV. Something I'd like to, let me just highlight this. If you're doing the normal engine, there's the emission standard that is currently permissible, although it's lying somewhere before implementation. That is the Euro 5 engine, which we have.
Really?
If you're doing ICE vehicles, we have a truck that is a Euro 5. It's a 10-tonner truck. So we've got solutions both. If you want the EV, we'll offer you. If you want the ICE vehicle that is Euro 5 standards, we still offer at a good price.
Wow.
Yeah. So we are on both sides.
Doing good.
I love how you're helping with that transition. Like, we are available.
Yeah, we're available. If you want a truck that is with the current permissible emissions, the Euro 5, we offer you that.
Wow, that's
if you want to transition to the truck that offers the fully electric truck, we still have that.
Okay. So we're going to go on a short break, but when we're coming back, we're going to be talking about the infrastructure and partnerships, because I feel like the infrastructure bit is what is making us, making the transition become a bit slower than we had anticipated. So we're going to take a short break. After this, we're going to be discussing infrastructure and partnerships. This is Sustainability Connect on Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug.
Another day and my mind wanders to you, all the things we do together. Constantly I feel you next to me, even when you're gone. The days are long and the nights are endless. I want to be with you forever. Nimechoshwa na umbali. When you're far from me, when you're far, I wanna keep you closer. Come back to me. When you're far from me, when you're far, I wanna keep you closer, baby. Come back to me.
Hukuwaza kila siku nakutaka uwe karibu yangu mami. Mbali kanikosea, kachukua mpenzi wangu. Baby, all I ever do is think of you. You are my morning sun, lighting up my day. Baby, all I ever do is wish of you. Nimechoshwa na umbali. When you're far, I wanna keep beside. Whoa.
Baby, as long as you're near, I'm not afraid. Love is all I desire. Show me paradise.
So, me know she want me, yeah she want me. She want me, kiss and caress me. Long time she want me, wanna be my honey. Spend all the money, make love in the morning. She a right up a girl, she a princess. She wanna be my only one and me empress. Shut up, she want man, she want it excess. Excess like a princess, she restless.
Be right there where you are. Oh, I wanna be in your arms. Kiss on my lips every morning is what I want. Where you are, where you are. Oh, baby, where you are, where you are.
Where you are, I wanna be in your arms, in your arms. Samalito, oh wow, yeah. I wanna be right where you are. Where you are, where you are, where you are. Yeah. She want me, yeah, she want me.
This is Icon Radio. This is Icon Radio.
Ready. Infrastructure shundo shida. So we're going to be discussing that. So thank you so much for joining us every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on Sustainability Connect. And remember, the conversations that we have here are here to, help you understand what sustainability is, that is first and foremost. Secondly, to educate you on some of the most important issues that are affecting not just the country, but also the earth, and how you can play into it and how you can become part of the solution and not part of the problem. So thank you so much for joining us every Wednesday. And today we have Hector, and they're the official distributors of the Subaru and the Jack motor vehicles, EV. Jack is specifically for electric vehicles. So I don't know, do you guys have scooters and stuff like that? Or it's just garis?
Garis.
Just cars,
okay.
Trucks and...
For this market, we only have trucks and double cars, but the range is big in other markets.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do we see a future where we're bringing motorbikes and...
I think
look at Defiance.
The company maybe is still assessing the market.
Okay.
And it will respond to their needs as they
arise.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sawa. Right before the break, we were discussing, you had touched on it briefly, on infrastructure ready. So I know there's a law that was just passed the other day, and on the adaptation of EVs. Maybe we can start from there. From the government goodwill now to the actual implementation of the infrastructure, and we're not just talking about roads. We're talking about the whole bit of it. How are we looking at it as Jack?
Let me just say the solutions that we offer, because we notice there's a gap. When we sell to you, either a truck or a pickup, we'll sell to you together. We'll bundle it up with a charger.
Yeah.
So we just first of all solve the issue of the charging gap that is currently there.
Yeah.
So with the charger, you can do it at your home. There's an option of a portable charger whereby you can charge it at your home.
Okay.
Through the AC, power source. We also have a DC.
Wait, the watts.
You still can use it at home.
So as it angusha nini?
No, it's just the units, the normal units.
The normal units.
Yeah, see, like the battery, depends on the battery capacity also, and also the level of the charge at that particular time. The consumption is just, you're either topping up or you're charging from 0 to 100, depends.
Okay.
Yeah, and also we also offer you the DC charger, which you can. It's mainly for industrial use.
Okay.
So this will appeal to corporates that have a 3-phase power source. So us as Hector, as JSC, we've already offered. We have a solution for that, for the charging gap that has been there. So the other bit would be across the country. Maybe if you're moving from Nairobi, going to Kisumu, Mombasa, along the roads. We are seeing there's an effort by the government. There's a recently they advertised, there's a tender that they recently advertised for EVs and also for charging stations.
Oh, wow.
I think around
1,000.
1,000. So also one of our key customer, that is KPLC, they're also doing 10,000 charging stations. I think they mentioned that in the EMAC conference.
Yes.
That was last month, but on. So we also have individual investors who are setting up infrastructures, charging infrastructure across the country. So I think it's an issue because the conversation now is hot. I think the product is here. This now is being sorted.
Okay.
We're also seeing after-sales support in terms of training. The curriculum, I think, has been developed. It's now in TVETs, in colleges. So I think that's why I had mentioned that we are 50% ready. Yes.
So what is the 50% that is remaining? Or what do you think is remaining that needs urgent attention?
I think just goodwill from the government in this perspective. Tariffs, if they can give good exemptions.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at that statement, the tariff bit of it.
The tariff bit.
Yeah.
For acquisition and easier acquisition and adaptation.
Yeah.
Because you can see something is being done towards the infrastructure. Now the acquisition bit of it. Yeah. We can have the infrastructure ready.
Yeah.
But now the acquisition bit of it. Yeah.
And the implementation.
Implementation is.
That as well is an issue. Is there political goodwill for this?
I think
do you feel like our politicians, do you feel if they start driving this conversation, we might have the tariff conversation differently?
I wanted to say that you can have this conversation.
I think you just threw me into the pit.
No, I'm just asking, do you think is there enough political goodwill?
There is.
There is.
Yeah, I can actually say there is. I think what the government is also doing, and over the 5 years that we've been running with this brand, Vincent we can both confirm that there's been things that have been taken off that were charged before in form of taxes on the EVs. Yeah. So they're also trying to support it. Right now, obviously, the taxes, we still feel there's something that could be done to promote the acquisition, not only just for corporates and the government, but maybe even for you and me, because the range, the variety of what can be used by almost every Kenyan is there. So if the costs came down, surely who wouldn't want to drive something that does not consume oil every day? Yeah. You know, it's expensive.
It is.
And then again, they're preaching sustainability agenda. So I think whatever is left is for them now to just push for it wholeheartedly without looking at other interests here and here. And I feel that is something that can actually work.
I mean, it can always work as long as they're not looking side and right and left. Yeah, they're just focused on the agenda. But I love that, because now that brings into when you're looking at it from a perspective of the circular economy, because we are looking at it from what happens to your batteries, what happens to, like, what's the after sales aspect of it? I mean, how long does it last? I mean, the pros and the cons.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what I'd mentioned. Every battery has its something called the charging cycles. It could be, that is what will decide the efficiency of the battery. Some have 1,000 charging cycles, others more than that. So let me illustrate it this way. Okay. One cycle will take you up to 350 kilometers.
Wow.
For a pickup. So if you have 1,000 of those cycles, that would be about, you can do the 350 times 1,000.
350,000.
350,000. So that is I would say in terms of range, that will be the range of the battery, 350,000 kilometers. After that, it doesn't mean that it's not that the battery will be obsolete. It's only that the efficiency will have dropped by a percentage.
Oh.
Maybe 30%. If it was giving you 350, it will give you, let's say, 290.
Yeah.
You still can use it. You can repurpose it. You can use it for solar. You can use it to store solar energy. So it's still usable. It's not like it's completely obsolete.
Oh, it's just that it has reduced
the efficiency, and you can reuse it. The batteries that we have, let's say if it's you find that it's defective, it's arranged. In it there are cells that are arranged in series. So in the event of a malfunction, you just identify, isolate, and replace the cell. It's not like you're replacing the whole battery.
You identify what the issue is.
The cell, the particular cell, because they are in the battery. There are several cells. Yeah.
So, how does that work on waste management for those components?
Now, that is, we've got people who drive that agenda. That will be the Kenya Bureau of Standards and the government. I think there are many things that they are working on still.
Yeah.
So, it is them to direct us towards how do the battery disposal, the policy or something. I think that it's not yet out. So it's them to drive the agenda. But from these vehicles have not been here for, I don't think there's anyone who has had this vehicle for like 7 years. So they're still in their prime stage in terms of efficiency. So we've not seen. I'm sure maybe towards the end of the year or next year we'll have a policy that will guide us throughout the
on recycling and
recycling. And
okay, awesome.
But what is possible now is repurposing the battery.
Yeah. It just reduces the efficiency, but it does not mean that it is completely dissolute.
So you still can use it. So we are still angling ourselves, inclining towards the repurposing.
Okay.
Not completely disposing it.
That's I mean, like every product should be. Like, should it, the efficiency of its initial product, if it comes to the end of life, it has to be repurposed for something else. That's amazing. So are the spare parts and technical skills for EV maintenance readily available across the country?
Let me talk about Hector and Jack. What our OEM, Jack, the parent company, the original equipment manufacturer. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. Umejua ni shida yangu ni gani?
The original equipment manufacturer.
Thank you.
Jack in China. What they've done before these units came, they took out technicians to China for training.
Oh wow!
So they're all well trained. Our workshops are well equipped. The parts are all readily available. So I'll speak for ourselves. We are
fully equipped.
Fully equipped.
Yes.
Yeah.
Defense, how do we become part of that team that is trained?
Well, you could come for training in our workshop firsthand.
Really?
Yes.
Anyone?
Actually, we do that for all our customers. The moment you buy any of our products, all brands, we will still train you on how to manage it, should we not be there on the basics. And then we take you through the entire product on how what is expected of it. And that's why we are actually in this space, we try and work with genuine parts, usually. And obviously, because we are trained, both our technicians, some are the Subaru brand trained in Japan and the JSC in China, we have first-hand information on how to work with all vehicles, both the ICE, the internal combustion engines, and the EVs, the electrical vehicles.
Oh, wow.
So if you buy a customer, maybe on a personal or a corporate, we will still take you through training and we work with you. We have to work with you until you're comfortable enough, including the charging, which is usually where people have a little bit of hesitance and anxieties. You know, this is a charge. What do I understand? What are the do's and the don'ts? The basic. We will hold your hand until you're comfortable.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So the mechanics and technicians are both locally and either Japan trained or China trained?
All locally trained, yes. We equip them with that knowledge. Yes.
So if I want to be a technician, I just come?
You can.
I mean, you have to
I think
natafuta kazi watu.
It's good that you brought it up.
Yeah.
But of course, like I cannot. You have to have some background in
Mechanics.
So from it will be easy for you to transition to this other bit. So I think your background is in
Communication.
Yes.
So you need
Wow,
to,
you're not even being subtle about it. Like,
I'm just trying to say in
If it's an interest,
Yeah.
you start
need
with
to
getting the basics
diploma,
diploma,
and then you
come.
transition.
oh,
Alternatively, if you're also doing it maybe to help out or just equip yourself with knowledge, you can always have conversations around it.
okay.
I think Hector, one of the things that I'm really proud of saying is that in our service department, it's usually a man's world.
Yeah.
But we actually have a lot of females, fairly females there, working with
I hope Sammy has heard that.
Yes, and I'm very proud of them. When I see them, I feel good.
Yeah.
Not that I'm biased. I also feel good when the gentlemen are also working, but it's
Yeah.
part of also this thing of including
Inclusivity,
everybody.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like sustainability cuts across diversity and inclusivity and equity.
Yes.
They're equally paid as the men.
Yes, they are.
And just to mention,
Yeah.
it's not like I was like blocking you from coming to train.
I know.
You can still come. We take you through the vehicles.
Yeah.
And then I think by that will help us spread the gospel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Apigiwa makofi ya watu 10.
Yeah.
Hapo umeongea vizuri sana. I will be
Asante.
there.
Karibu.
So we need to plan this, eh?
Yeah. Please.
But I love that. When you're talking about now, you see that awareness that, you can actually just have a diploma or probably a degree. I don't know if there's a degree. Oh, there is a degree in mechanical engineering. Yeah. And, sometimes you find people saying, oh, hakuna kazi. And yet these are opportunities that people can ride on. So when you talk about awareness, what are some of the biggest misconceptions Kenyans have about EVs? And how are you helping address that misconception?
First, I think the biggest one would be the biggest from my interactions. The biggest misconception is that maybe an EV cannot wade through water, like cannot drive through water. Or you cannot drive it in a rainy season.
You can be electrocuted.
Electrocuted.
We had that trend.
That is a misconception. You can
Utapigwa
radi, as they're saying. But the truth is, every vehicle has something called the warding depth, that it can go through water up to some
certain
limits.
level.
Yes.
So if you're driving this, even the normal vehicle, when you're driving it through water, there's a limit.
Yeah.
Maybe could be 600 millimeters or something, depending with the manufacturer. They say there's a limit.
Yeah.
So yes, it's true. You can drive the electric vehicle through water. You can drive it
When
in
it's
rain.
raining.
It's raining.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think those are the two biggest misconceptions. Yeah.
What about price?
Well, as mentioned earlier, I like matching the price and the benefits, the value.
Yeah.
Before mentioning the price, we usually like to mention what you're getting, the value that you're getting. First of all, the EVs are 60%. The cost of maintenance is 60% lower than the normal vehicle.
Yeah.
So there's a cost saving. There's a benefit when you are when you're running the vehicle. If fuel, there's no fuel. There's no fuel cost.
Yeah.
It's only electricity.
Yeah.
Parts, very few parts. You'll only change few parts when you're doing service. Matching that to the price, now you can see the benefits. What you're saving, there is a saving upfront. But if you compare their cost of acquisition, if you ask me the price of a double cab, for example, I'll tell you it's about 10 million. It's 10 million. But I'm giving you two chargers. I'm giving you a charger and the vehicle, and then there's a cost reduction in the running cost, maintenance,
yeah,
and of course, who will steal an EV?
Wow.
And I think just to top up on him, I would because he's in the market and he understands a normal double cab. How much is the cost for the ICE? Normal double cab.
The top of the range, there are pickups that go up to 12 million.
Yes.
And then there's still a cost to the run, the
fuel, the servicing.
And then maybe it's a badge that is common with Quibio and something like that. So, yes, it's still new, but also you having the EV, I think it will attract less people who would want to You see.
They're like sasa hii tunapelekea.
would you
There's still no market.
it's an
There's
advantage.
still a gap there.
You've
Bado
got-
hawajajua
You've
kufeel.
got comfort.
Yeah.
You packed it outside there. Mtu atapita tu angalie.
It-
But the biggest benefit
Yeah.
is on the running costs
Yeah.
and let's say
Maintenance.
maintenance.
Yeah.
And I think, how can you put a price to doing good to this world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then also you're greening the energy. There's
let
no
me
pollution.
ask. I know you only use electricity, but ukisimama hivi kwa jua itaendelea kucharge.
No.
Okay, now there are people. If you've done solar,
Yeah.
you still can charge it. If you have the solar system,
Oh.
it's all like you can charge. Gari utaweka kwa charge, kwa steam I charge. But if you've done solar, there are people. Some of our customers, they are running their plants
Using
via
now the
solar.
yeah.
So you can do that. You can still charge. Yeah.
No, but not for the vehicles, but
No.
for
The source has to
industrial.
be solar, and then you just now plug
Convert
in.
it
You plug
to-
in.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
So you see, that is the cost will reduce drastically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The cost of
You have your
especially
energy
if you're
from-
using solar,
Exactly.
that is even in lowered kabisa. So are there any financial or leasing options available for small businesses and individuals who are interested in switching?
they are leasing. I think actually the best model that is working is leasing model. That is the best model that is working for people, especially who are looking at the initial acquisition cost. Yeah. So you can either do leasing or you can do outright purchase.
Yeah.
If you're for leasing, there's a
will guide you
we'll
to
guide
it.
you.
Yeah.
If you want to do outright purchase, we'll give you options. We are also ready for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the biggest challenge that you guys are facing right now?
In EV, I'd say anyone buying an EV, the biggest thing will be the range anxiety. The range anxiety. I'm buying this vehicle. It's the range is 350 kilometers, and I want to go to 400 kilometers or 500. Will it take me there? So that is first the only the biggest one of the biggest challenges is the range anxiety. And what I'd mentioned before, the infrastructure. Yeah, but I've mentioned a Zector, Jack.
Yeah.
The charge there's a solution to that. So the range anxiety, you just need to plan.
Yeah.
You just need to plan your journey early. I'm going to Mombasa. I will go at Mutito one day and charge my vehicle while I'm taking my coffee or my tea. I'll step, not like you're not charging like 100%. You're just topping up.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll need 20% to take you to Voi. I'll stop at Voi, do a top up, and then it will take me to Mombasa. You just need to plan the journey, but the benefits outweigh even the downtime. Because you're saving on fuel. It could be 3 hours, but the savings are 3 hours downtime, but what you're saving is huge. Yeah.
How long does it take to charge full?
0 to 100, depending on the type of charger. If you're doing the portable charger that you're charging at home, about 12 to 14 hours. But the normal, that is 0 to 100. But if you're doing the commercial one, it will take you about 2 hours.
Oh,
2 hours. That is 0 to 100.
Okay.
But in
But
most
if
cases,
it's just topping up, it can be like an hour.
You can do 30 minutes. Maybe the only distance that is remaining is 30 kilometers or 20. 30 minutes of topping up, it will take you to the next destination.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I think it's more or less like how you work with your phone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you
We-
just
we
top
have
up.
power banks to save us,
Exactly.
yeah?
And then you top up kidogo, you use it, and
Yeah.
then you manage. Usually I hear them tell the clients, if you're charging from home, then charge it overnight when you're
Overnight,
sleeping.
yeah.
Tomorrow you wake up. And what are the chances you'll always be at zero by the time you get home?
I mean,
Yeah,
even the fuel, you don't allow it to go all the way down.
exactly.
So,
You don't like it blinking.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the thing is just for EVs, you just plan your journey. Once
Early enough.
you plan early enough, and that is it.
And you also identify charging stations.
Yeah, but now you see with us, even if there's no station in your route, maybe you may stop. But
Does it consume a lot of tokens? Am I electricity?
Okay, let me just mention
From
the
0
pickup.
to 100, how much would it?
Like the pickup, the consumption will depend with the capacity of the battery. Like for the pickup, the capacity is about 65 kilowatt hour. That is the capacity of the battery.
Yeah.
So those are about 65 units of electricity. So I'll just roughly I'll use the normal rate, although there's a special EV rate tariff.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. So which is half the normal. So that will be let me just use let's use 30 shillings because it's about 20 something. So for you to charge it from 100 to 0 to 100, you'll just do 65 times 30. I think that will be about 2,000 and something. And that will take you to up to 350 kilometers.
Wow.
350 kilometers, I think it's from here to Eldoret or something. And you've only consumed, spend like 2,000
shillings.
At the maximum, maybe 3,000. So that is 0 to 100. But topping up, maybe you might top up even 500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Do you know when you're planning for a trip,
Yeah.
even as near as Nyeri, you don't use less than 10 Gs?
Exactly.
And that you're
So
talking
that's
about.
what I'm wondering. 2,000.
And there's a double cab.
These are double. It's in the range of the top range.
Yeah, if it's a double cab, it's more than 10
Yeah.
Gs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you can see that's what I was telling you.
Yeah.
The running cost is
Very
Low.
very
minimal.
low.
Yeah.
That's why we like mentioning the benefits first, and then we time them to the.
To the price. Hey, tell us
It's more
about
of value.
eh,
It's more value than the price.
value.
It's more, yeah.
Are Kenyans seeing this value? Very few.
Slowly they are, I would
yeah.
say, because I think we're
Because I've seen
getting.
we've done so many conferences on electric vehicles,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Do you feel like we have really understood?
Those who have understood have understood,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
But we are seeing, we're getting a lot of inquiries. But as I've mentioned, the only challenge is just that initial cost of acquisition.
Yeah.
That initial cost of acquisition. But I think it's everyone is embraced. It's been embraced.
Yeah. You know, the other day I saw a car reviewer reviewing an electric vehicle, and the one I was very anxious to hear how much the car costs, and he was like, "This is 13 million." I was like, "Wow."
Wow, I know.
You know, first of all, the car, the specs are amazing. It looks amazing.
The features are
The
beautiful.
features are
yeah.
beautiful. I was like, where ini gari yenyewe? And it's local. It's here in the country. And I was like, where 13 million?
They're
As in, I was stuck there.
they're much more affordable cars.
Yeah.
And I actually think we're among the most affordable for the range which we're providing. We're the only ones with pickups so far.
Double cab, yes.
Double cabs. We're the only ones.
And
We
the
are
truck.
affordable because I'm sure the car you were seeing was a normal minivan or SUV.
It was
A saloon car.
A saloon sort
yeah,
of.
it was more of a saloon, but
Yes.
very poshy kind
Yes,
of saloon
it's
car.
like
I
you're
don't even
buying
remember the name.
a Tesla.
Yeah, actually, like, I was
Yeah.
looking at it, it was like, it's a beautiful car.
But funny thing is that in as much as most Kenyans may not really convert, right now, I think it's a conversation that's going to be in another 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
Look at the people who are coming up. They're more open-minded and things are bound to change because obviously even the governments will start accommodating and embracing the whole change. Not only with taxes, the rest of the world is changing. The world has been changing. I mean, the other day I was laughing at my friend's son.
Yeah.
You know, he woke up at a time when WhatsApp was already here. WhatsApp was here when I was a full adult.
I know.
You know, so imagine now what kind of changes you're expecting in this space in the next
Yeah.
even 5 years. Right now, the cost really is tied up to the batteries, but because technology keeps on being revised, just like any other technology with the phones, with the laptops, with the TVs, I'm sure they'll find a way to minimize on the cost of the battery.
Yeah.
Once that is done, then the car will definitely drop. Yes.
You said you have trucks and you have the double cabs.
Yes.
For logistics companies.
Or personal.
No,
if-
I'm saying,
yeah.
right now, if you were to talk to a logistics company, what would you say?
You know, anyone, it is just a business. It's only that it's a business in logistics space. So you just need to show them the benefits, what they'll benefit from, what they're saving, what they're going to benefit from transitioning to or using an electric truck. The benefits only.
Yeah.
That will be it. Because even you, when you're buying something, you need to see the benefits or the value.
Yeah.
So what, as I'd mentioned earlier, what we present to a customer, being whether in logistics, whether in retail customer,
Yeah.
will be the benefits and the value. Someone in logistics, anyone hearing us, we'd like to tell them we have a truck that is fully electric, readily available. We have a range of up to 220 kilometers, and it's a 5-ton truck available.
Oh, wow.
At our showroom.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So
anyone in logistics who is hearing us.
If they're like, okay, we want to come for an awareness and test drive for this truck.
Thank you. Just like I'd mentioned to you, if you want to come and test drive, we have a program for that.
Yeah.
That is for everyone, either corporates or individuals.
Yeah.
If they want, we just make arrangements, check the like what we've planned in terms of check our diary. We can slot them in at their own convenient time or at the time that is available. So yes, we offer test drives.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Watu wa logistics mumesikia, especially wa malori. Watu wa malori. You've not been left behind. And I love this. I would really love to see this, actually. I know I've seen a couple, but for the electric one, I would want to do a test drive.
And then also, for the people in the logistics, if we also have in the ICE space a truck that has the permissible Euro standards, that is Euro 5, very low emissions. So if they cannot do it, if someone might not be able to transition to electric, we still have that truck. So we've got solutions for both. Oh, wow. They can come to the electric truck, or they can come to us for the ICE truck that is, even the capacity is bigger. It's almost up to 10 tons.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well priced.
Yes, very
good
well
point.
priced.
Well priced.
Very good point.
Very.
Let's talk about policy and vision. What kind of policy changes or government incentives would you like to see? Because I know he had talked a bit earlier, but what are some of the things that you'd want to see in terms of policy changes?
Of course, maybe exemptions on the biggest component, I think, as Defense has mentioned, the battery. Reduction in taxes, maybe the some being zero rate or some being exempted in totality. Yeah, I think that will and that will be able to drive the acquisition.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, if anyone who's doing, who has shown, or who's having an electric vehicle in the stable, government would give them some rebates. You see, it's Icon Radio. Let's say you have a truck that is electric. When you're doing your taxes, you're doing your returns, you show that you've got an electric vehicle in your stable, or you're doing something to green the energy, you get some rebates, you get some concessions. Yeah.
Wow.
I would for me, I would say, overall, looking at what the government could do, maybe they should also convert some of their units into the EVs. It would save us a lot of money for sure. But on a serious
Very good point, actually. The very good. Yeah, wanakunywa mafuta sana. You know, we are traveling sijui to where we need these CCs. You know, they have guzzlers.
But in as much as they do, you know, it is good. You are the leader. You are pushing for this agenda. Maybe it would also give people confidence that you are actually, you know, look at this. They're using it. It will be good trend setting. And I think that's one way they can support it. Maybe once the infrastructure is fully actualized, that would be quite something. And like he said, offer some, you know, exemptions here and there. I mean, even parking space. If I have an EV, Nairobi right now is very polluted. So if you have, like, I'm assuming if out of the cars we had even 10,000 EVs, and you're exempted even from, you know, parking spaces, or you have privileges here and there, I think it would also maybe motivate even the corporates. And it would help a lot. It would help a lot, because at the end of the day, I feel like we all want to save the world. I know. We just need to know how.
How? Absolutely. But then everyone is asking, how do we do it?
Yeah,
Vincent has something he wants to add.
Yes.
Well, yes, we've not been kind enough to the system, but I think there's something else. I think recently there's a tender that the government advertised a tender about, I think, more than 1,000 units. So yes, I'll say they're not doing, like, it's not they're not that fast. They're not doing what we're expecting like
To see.
ASAP,
Oh.
but they're doing something.
Yeah.
Because with the tender, 1,000 units,
That would help.
yeah, the government being the biggest consumer,
Yeah.
that will be free marketing for any for the EV anyone in
For
the EV
any
space.
EV brand.
Yeah, because once the government has confidence in a brand,
Do they have specific type of vehicles they're looking for? Or are they just
well,
saying
it's across.
It's across.
It's across. Yeah,
So that's trucks,
Normal
normal
SUVs.
SUVs, saloon cars. And I think we were lucky to get a slot. So
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations!
Yeah.
Tupigiwe shangwe na nderemo, That's a good thing because now that shows that there's actually political goodwill to it.
That's why I told you they are actually doing something.
Yeah.
I just think times are strange times we're
Yeah.
going through. Yeah.
You know, funny thing, like there's a pros and there's also like there's so much that is happening that is so bad, and then even the small that good that is happening is overlooked.
It's overshadowed by a
Yeah,
lot of
actually
things,
overshadowed is a word. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. So we're gonna take another short break, and when we come back, we're gonna be talking about youth and innovation and call to action. So we're gonna take a small break, and this is Sustainability Connect on Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug. And I'm your host Wanjira Maganjo. And today in studio I have Defiance and Vincent from Ekta Kenya, who are the official distributors of the Jack Motors and the Subaru. Eish, Subaru baby. See you after the short break.
You don't have to say anything to me. I love you the way you are. You don't have to do anything for me. I love you the way you are. Wachana na mambo ya watu ambao hawajui chochote. Ni wewe tu. Ni wewe tu. Ni wewe tu. Ni wewe tu. I don't want no sun, I don't want the moon, I just wanna be where you are. You don't have to change anything to be. I love you the way you are. Changu ni changu na chao ni chao. Wachana nao, wachana nao. Ni wewe tu. Ni wewe tu. Ni wewe tu. Amanye jaber, jitimo tich edala ini foya foya. Amanye jaber, jisombo pienam ini swoya swoya. Amanye jaber, hon wang ekendo. Hon wang ekendo, hon wang ekendo, hon wang ekendo. Kiki bet check ni kota. Tima tima wachetek nyafiwa. Mano aye godo. Tima tima wachetek nyafiwa. Mano aye godo. Tima tima wachetek nyafiwa. Mano aye godo. Jitimo teach ini foya foya. Jisombo pi ini swoya swoya. Yeah. Amanye jaber, jitimo teacher dala ini foya foya. Amanye jaber, jisombo pi enam ini swoya swoya. Wagi sudi, wagi sudi, wagi sudi. Kiki bet check ni kota. Tima tima wachetek nyafiwa. Mano aye godo. Tima tima wachetek nyafiwa. Tima tima wachetek nyafiwa. Mano aye godo. Jitimo teach ini foya foya. Oh, jisombo pi ini swoya swoya. Nairobi wachetek nyafiwa. Mano aye godo. Kisii wachetek nyafiwa. Mano aye godo. Kisumu wachetek nyafiwa. Mano aye godo. Meru wachetek nyafiwa. Nakuru wachetek nyafiwa. Mombasa wachetek nyafiwa. Kitale wachetek nyafiwa. Embu wachetek nyafiwa. Wachetek nyafiwa. Wachetek nyafiwa. Mano aye godo.
When I get sober, I'll get my act together. I will put my life in order. No longer be a victim of the devil on my shoulder. Lord knows I've been lost for way too long. I'm getting older. Now move down now, yo, yo, myself. Call my mama and tell her that I'm sorry for the lies and pain I've caused her. And tell her that I never meant to turn out like my father. Lord knows that she cried too many tears for all my drama. Now I'm bound to make my day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I call my daughter, listen to the story.
Lord knows that she tried to make it work. I pray the karma will be easy on me. When I get sober, I look for all my friends. I make amends, I drink more water, find somebody new to love again. Feels like it's over, but Lord knows that I need another chance to start all over. Nami sili sirudi kamwe. I'll get my act together. I will put my life in order. No longer be a victim of the devil on my shoulder. Lord knows I've been lost for way too long. I'm getting older. Now move down now, yo, my say.
Entertainment plug, and we are here discussing the future of electric vehicles in the country. And boy, oh boy, haven't we found the solution? That one, the jack trucks and the jack cars, they have two options actually, and I love that. Like you can either fully transition into the EV aspect of it, or you can.
If you're still in the ICE space,
Yeah.
we have engine that is within the permissible emissions, which is a Euro 5
Standards.
engine. We call it Jack N85.
Jack N85.
Yes.
I love that. Karibuni sana, we are just about to wind up the show, and it's been such an eye-opening conversation on, where we stand as a country in matters of adaptation and implementation. I think people now know, because we've seen the electric buses. The conversation has been going on a lot, but right now the conversation that we're now transitioning into is if infrastructure readiness and policies. Those are some of the things that we're really, really looking forward to this year. Actually, the next half of the year, because now we are now curious. Who's not doing what they're supposed to be doing? Because but are you the ones who build, like, I know you say we can charge normally, but do you have your own specific charging stations?
Well, our premise at Hector is a charging station, and but we in the country, we in our branches, especially Nairobi and Kisumu, those are charging stations.
Okay.
But as I mentioned to you, when we sell to you, we'll still sell to you with a charger, and also we can share where the charging points are. Yeah, the public charging points.
Maybe to add, we are also seeing some energy companies like Total who also have adding the EV charging stations within their petrol stations, and other private investors who are also setting up the charging stations.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sawa. Now, when you talk about youth and innovation, who are and Gen Zs? Let's start from here. Are Gen Zs working as technicians in your offices?
Definitely.
They are, right?
Yes.
They're liking that, eh?
Yes.
So when you talk about youth, women, and inclusivity, how does that play? I know you had talked about you have a couple of women, not a couple, you have a lot of women.
We have enough.
Yeah. So how does that come into play when you're talking about inclusivity at Hector?
Definitely there's the gender balance, which makes it also easier to work. with women, yes, with youth, obviously.
Yeah.
Because also in the service you'd find we do not have quite the elderly within the service, maybe in the administration. But the youth are very active. We find them also innovative when it comes to solving some of the challenges.
Okay.
And I think the most intriguing part would be, doesn't matter, boy or girl, female, male, we work together as a team, and then we have this culture whereby it's one for all and all for one.
Yeah.
We gang up, we listen, like we do not have those structures that are so rigid that you'd find our MD working with the service guys, with the technicians.
Yeah.
You'd also find our GM very much involved with the digital or creative department. You'd find Vincent working along with his team. We tag along with them. And I think what that has done for the organization is released a bit of the tension, and we are more open-minded. Then you find new challenges and maybe gaps within the workmanship that you could actually improve, which then again reflects on our services. And I think that's the most important role of having everybody included and feeling like they're part of Ector Kenya.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So, do you have programs for university students and internship programs?
Yes, we do. We are actually in partnership with several universities, government, technical, universities. We have NITA. I think we are also right now in partnership with the Strathmore School. And we have them, we have, who else? In Rift Valley, I think we have several also. Kisumu, across the country we do have. Yeah.
Okay, sawa sawa basi. What's your call to action? Now that we've spoken about all this, what is your call to action?
This is what I would say. The EV is the future.
Okay.
It's something that we might want to ignore it now, but it's here. It's catching up. The benefits outweigh all the apprehension and all the cost. So it's something that we need to embrace it with open arms. We need support from everyone. The government, the consumers, which is you and me and all the corporates.
Okay.
So we need to adopt it. We need to embrace it because it's the future.
Okay.
I'll repeat, the benefits outweighs the cost.
The cost.
And also, I hadn't mentioned this. Defense, I think it's kept to your mind. We are the pioneers of the first electric pickup in this market.
Oh, hold that thought.
Yeah.
Hold that thought. I want to hear that. Let me take this short break. And then when we come back, you're telling us about that first pickup. All right. We are taking a short break, and then we come back. We're going to be doing our call to action and that last bit of that first track. Mbona imekuja the last, by the way?
You saved the best for last.
I know.
Radio. This is Icon Radio.
Is I think Della, if I'm not very wrong, that is playing right here on. If I am very sorry, you may depart off guard. But this is Sustainability Connect on Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug, and I'm your host Wanjira Maganjo. And today has just been an exceptional conversation. It's a conversation that I had wanted to do for so long. It's just that time was not on our side, or maybe there was a bit of hapakule thing is happening, but we thank God that today it has happened, and I'm super excited that I'm here in the studio with by the way,
Just say it.
before even tuendelee na hii maneno, unajua by the way ilini hit unaitangwa Defiance.
I know.
So do you want to tell us why?
Frankly speaking, I just think it's a name that I've tried to ask my parents. I don't think there was any romantic story behind it, to be honest. They just decided it's a defense, and I think
It is what it is.
it is what it is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, Defense Kioko,
Yeah.
who's the marketing manager at Hector, and Vincent Mara, who is a sales manager at Hector. Yes,
GSC brand, yes.
Let me say something.
Jack Branch,
Brand.
JAC.
The brand.
Brand, okay.
No, you've not found Vincent to be interesting. I think you're only talking about.
Really?
No. Vincent is kawaida. Vincent is kawaida, unless there's a story behind it.
No, most of Vincents are priests. You would have asked me why I'm not practicing.
Chances are you're Catholic, that is one.
You got that one right? And he is a priest?
Get out of
A
here.
part-time priest.
I know.
Your conversation imeenda tu.
We're just trying to make things easy.
What?
You need to have that
Where
conversation.
where do you serve?
Just like you online.
Oh wow, that's amazing! Like for real. As
For
in,
real,
you're not
it's a
joking.
dope thing. Yeah.
I think there was a portion for jokes as well. You know this.
Where?
This is that section now.
What?
It's a joke.
But he really holds us down.
Eh.
That was his first calling, for sure.
That's
We
amazing.
respect that.
Eh.
Right now, he's taken a different course, but
Yeah.
still, the priest is in him. And I think he holds us together also in the office.
That's
Something
amazing.
we're very happy to have.
Wow.
It's calming.
But I don't think I've ever met a Vincent who's not a Catholic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we have the Vincentian. It's called Vincentian.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it just plays into that. But that's amazing.
Sorry, I diverted the conversation.
No, it's
I
okay.
thought that you are. Even Vincent is unique.
You know,
It has a story.
let me tell you. Now that you're selling the Jack brand,
Yeah.
people can trust you.
True.
That is just one element that has just, pivoted and showed people this is a man to be trusted.
Yeah.
He says the truth. If he says it's a good vehicle, it is a good vehicle.
A good cause
Yeah.
that aligns with his.
Calling, eh?
I know.
Eh,
Yeah.
Wow, that is so nice. That just threw me off. I didn't expect that. But it's amazing how the transition happens. It's the same thing that we're talking about, transitioning from normal vehicles now into electric vehicles. It is something that is inevitable. We all need to know what our calling is, and we move towards that. So your calling is still being a priest, because you won't stop being a priest. You just move along and just show people how it's done. That's amazing. Karibuni sana.
Asante.
We are now just about to wind up the show, and Vincent had just told us that they are the first company, the first brand to have a truck, the pickup truck.
Yeah.
I think
Electric
Actually, it's both.
pickup truck.
It's both the pickup and the truck.
Oh,
There's
wow.
a double cab, and then you also have a 5-ton truck, a 4-ton truck. Sorry.
So you're the first.
We are the pioneers.
You're the pioneers.
Yes, and we
There are
are
others
very-
who've come up, eh?
Or
trying to.
trying to play catch up.
Train. Oh wow.
Yeah.
You're not even.
we are
Where's
yet-
him humble, by the way?
Why be humble when you already have we already have that on our corner, in our corner. And the truth is, I frankly, I haven't seen a double cabin that's electric, neither a truck. That is actually in Kenya right now. That's electric. So yes, we are proud of it.
And it's been tried, tested. Yeah. And
5 years.
5 years.
So you have no reason to doubt. Wow. Yeah.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Thank you.
Jack brand is the first brand in the country.
Yeah. To have an electric double cab, an electric truck.
What can I say?
5-ton
Pioneers are always they're always fast. They're always ahead of the game.
So if anyone would like to get assurance, we can assure them because our products have been here for like 5 years.
Yeah.
That's a whole regime, a whole government regime, tried and tested.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you
amazing.
can trust us even for their service.
Yeah,
We
I
know
mean,
what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know what we're doing. We know how to direct you. We know how to guide you also in terms of if you buy it, you won't be stranded because we've tested it. We'll debug the fear for you.
Yeah, the misconception of the water bit of it. Eh?
Yes.
Wow. So what is your message to Kenyan businesses and individuals who are very hesitant to take up on EVs?
For me, I would just say try it. If you don't risk it, you don't get the biscuit.
Hey, actually, you guys are never humble.
No. I don't think that will do us a lot of justice. But the truth is, you got to risk it.
Yeah.
The truth is, if you want the business, we are all facing the same challenges, especially on the economic. It's a global issue. And why not? Why not take a risk?
Yeah.
Try something different. You'll discover actually there's some fun in it. You know, the hardest part is always just stepping out of that box of fear that if I invest in this, then what?
Yeah.
Understand it. And then you'll now understand also the value it brings.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
What is your call to the businesses?
Call to the businesses. I think let's be in this together. Let's come together. First of all, to green the globe, the world, and also just be with adapt. If we adapt to electric vehicles, we are able to pass on the cost.
Okay.
We can because you're saving upfront. So even the cost of production, the cost of logistics will drop significantly. Even the products that are being like transported or supplied, the cost will reduce.
Oh wow.
So if you embrace this, you'll pass the cost. Apart from passing it to the greening the energy, even that end user will benefit because the cost of logistics, the cost of transporting the goods will have reduced. Currently, with ICE vehicles, it's slightly higher. With EV, it's lower. So, and I think the price of a product, among other elements that are building the cost, is the logistics cost.
Yeah.
So if it is lowered, then that product, the price of that product, the final product will be low. So it's a benefit for the business owners and also for the consumers. Yeah.
You know, I'm looking at this, I'm thinking farmers really need the trucks. Eh?
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a very beautiful, because when you talk about climate smart agriculture, this can also be a part of the climate smart bit of it.
True.
Yeah. So thank you so much, guys. Is there anything that you feel that you need to say about one, Jack vehicles and also the Subarus?
I'll talk about Jack.
Before tuongea naweza kuja ni test drive tu Subaru tu. Nijite Subaru boys.
Which one? You just
Hata sijui.
when you come, you'll definitely do. I will host you.
Yeah, thank
and
you.
I will treat you as kindly as you have done to us.
Thank you.
Yes.
Jack has been here, 5 years plus.
Yeah.
Been tried and tested. Pioneers. Got good after-sales support countrywide. Clientele is big with premium clients. I think if we had sold to any other person, maybe would doubt us.
Yeah.
But they are opinion leaders in this country, in this market. I'm talking about the energy producing companies, flower farms, people in agri. So our product has been tried and tested. So if you're looking for a pickup, a truck that has been tried and tested, reliable, and a company that has got wide branch network, good after-sales supports.
Yeah.
Our part scaling is on another level.
Yeah.
I think all parts, we stock all parts. Come to Jack, come to Hector.
Yeah.
The N75 EV, the truck, and the T8 EV. That's a solution for you. Well priced. Karibu. Also, don't forget, before you make that decision, we'll offer you a test drive. For you to be sure of what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you've said it, and then I remembered somebody who was saying that you can't get into a marriage before you go for a test drive, which was very wrong. It's just,
That's what courtship is.
yeah,
I didn't know there's a test drive. in marriage.
just drop it.
Drop it, yes.
Yeah, I shouldn't even have said it, but Defense, Twambe, what is the one thing that you'd want to be your parting shot?
My parting shot. I think the only thing I can say is, and I'll speak for both brands, that not only are we doing good, that maybe we've not really shared, that we also want to be part of an ecosystem to bring change. And we're putting in the effort, but we also invite we also invite the customers and everybody to be part of it. So come see us, come try us for all our brands.
Yeah.
And even for knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
please.
more for knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're more than welcomed. Ecta Kenya is open to anyone and everyone who's interested.
There you have it, guys. There you have it. What more can we say? The future of Kenya is green energy. You know, we are now tapping into solar. We're already tapping into wind power. We are already there. The conversation is, when are you jumping on board as an individual and also as a company? So from Nairobi with vibes, you know, but you deliver everywhere around the country.
Yes.
Okay. So wherever you are, usiseme hujafikiwa na
Even
hii
East
maneno.
Africa.
The whole of East Africa.
East Africa.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. So this has been Sustainability Connect, where we have just been having this conversation on the future of electric vehicles in the country, and more so the Jack brand and the Subaru brand. And we are really glad that we're having this conversation on Sustainability Connect, because now it plays into our agenda of greening the future. And I thank you so much, Vincent, and I also thank you so much, Defense. Let me just call you D, because
It has some kind of way.
it has
I
like
know.
in Defense inakaa ni kama tuko karibu kwenda kwa army mahali. But thank you so much, and I know being the exclusive franchise makes it even more believable brand, because now we have, like you said, the first of its kind, the first truck and the first double cab in the market.
True.
You know, that all people, not just logistic companies, but it is for everyone who wants a good car.
Exactly.
And for everyone who wants to, you know, push their goods or their products into the market. So thank you so much. And I love the test drive part of it. And I hope people will come
Please.
for it, because now that is now how we create our own awareness on it as well. I'll also be going and doing that for myself. Hii tu ni yangu, nitawaambia vile itaenda. But it's been real. It's been a very great conversation, and we hope to see more of Jack awareness campaign happening. More people aware of what it is that you do in the right spaces and in the right forums. And we know that this is just the beginning.
Of course.
It is, yeah?
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining Icon Radio. Thank you for coming for the show. And thank you so much for listening in, for everyone who's been tuning in to Icon Radio, either online, that is www.iconradio.co.ke, or on our YouTube channel, or even on our Instagram. Thank you so much for being with us. And it's been such a great, great conversation. Up until next week, Wednesday, may the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord increase in you and bless the works of your hands. And remember, you are a steward of the Lord's earth. So be responsible, take action, and up until next week, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Radio.
undugu ndio nguvu, chuki na ukabila hatutaki hata kamwe. Lazima tuungane, tuijenge nchi yetu, pasiwe hata mmoja anayetenganisha. Naishi na tumaini, najitolea daima Kenya. Hakika ya bendera ni uthabiti wangu, nyeusi ya wananchi na nyekundu ni ya damu kijani.